and we're ready, and we're in here. We're in the building. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you had a marvelous weekend, and you enjoyed today. I hope you made a lot of money today. I hope you taught yourself something today, or learned something. I mean, welcome in, NORBEEZ. How was your day, homie?
Good, good. Before we start, I do want to say a big shout out to everybody on YouTube and everybody on Twitch watching us right now.
Dope. I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you. Welcome to Marvelous Mondays. Welcome to our show. I appreciate all you guys that tuned into the rock show with Tommy Tough Knuckles.
Hey, shout out to the Theo.
Yeah, he sends his regards and stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoyed him and all the music that all you guys provided. You know, all your super chats. It was dope. It was a dope show. What'd you think about that show?
Oh, it was fun. It's always fun with Uncle Tommy. He's always hilarious. He always has a way with words. You know, he's from back in the days. He lived that life. And you could tell he's got some demons in him, but for the most part,
dang, does he? I'm gonna let him know what you said, NORBEEZ. I'm gonna let him know what you said. Damn, that's crazy.
You can see it in his eyes.
Okay. All right.
There's a history back there.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe one day we'll hear
it. Crazy. Yeah. If we didn't read your super chats, my apologies. We will get to them though. Nobody gets left behind. So we still got a lot of super chats for you guys. But yeah, we got the oldie show coming up Wednesday. So and for those that want the music, I still have maybe 5 lists of maybe 60 songs, 80 songs, I believe, that I haven't uploaded to the oldie shows. But if you go to the playlist on the main page, you're able to access all those oldies that we've been playing on the show since a year ago.
All of them?
Yeah, yeah. Well, the majority of them. I still have lists that I need to upload, but it's kind of like it's hard to do it from my phone. You know what I mean? I need a computer to do it.
Oh, okay, I see.
You know, but you guys have access to all those oldies if you want to go grab them. You know, I will be putting the oldies on private though, pretty soon. So if you guys want to go grab those songs, go for it while they're still up. You know, but for those that missed it, NORBEEZ, you want to let them know how to become a member, please?
Yes, all you do is click the join button.
The join button, that's it? Yeah. I thought it was different for iPhones.
No, not anymore. They fixed that problem.
Oh, it's the same? Okay.
They kissed and made up YouTube and Apple. Anyways.
Oh, okay.
So you just click the join button and it gives you 2 options on which one you want to become. Marvelous Minds.
And you want to let them know for those, because people have been asking, my bad. People have been asking me about that they can't view the rock show again. Want to let them know why?
Yeah. Well, the rock show and like the rap show, they are just too heavy with copyright material that YouTube completely shuts it down and blocks it completely, even from us. So those types of shows, they're just too heavy with copyright. I mean, if you're lucky, you might be able to catch some of it on Twitch, but for the most part, they tend to just mute it also. So if you missed it, don't miss the lives, because then you're not going to be able to see it. So always make sure that you're here for the lives, so you can always get the full show.
Hey, but appreciate you guys joining us tonight for what we call the educational show. So I hope you guys had a great day. We are going to be taking more calls than usual tonight, because I want to hear from you guys and what you guys think about this whole situation with Chavez and all that stuff. We're going to get to that. But we're going to answer some of the questions in the comment section. And what else, NORBEEZ? Do you have any announcements or anything?
Oh, let's see. With that being said, let's see. No, not so much. I mean, no. I think that's it for now.
All right. Well, you get those questions ready. Let me get some shout outs to everybody. Speedy. Shout out to Speedy, Lisa Duran, I appreciate you. Eileen Barajas, we got Ponch Tattoo. If you're in the San Diego area, go visit the homie Ponch Tattoos. He gets down with his ink. He also has a banging system in his pad. So I don't know if he's gonna let you kick it after you get tatted, but hit him up, let him know. Oni, welcome in, homie. I see you. Angel, we got you in here. Chingaderas, what's up, homie? Yeah, we're gonna be taking phone calls, homie, tonight. So Alex, welcome in. Alex Carlos Savelos, I hope you're doing good, homie, and your dog. I'm not gonna say everything because that's your personal stuff, but prayers for your little perrito, homie.
I think Brad Pitbull was also having issues for his pup.
Oh, for real?
Brad Pitbull.
Oh, dang! Shout out to Brad Pitbull too. Yeah, hopefully your dogs have a recovery pretty soon. Shout out Athena Special Lady. You guys go check out her Apple page. Yeah, give them her. You know her Apple page right there. Apple.
Yeah, it's Appalicious at Instagram and TikTok.
All right, yeah, you guys go give her a follow and hey, give her apples a taste. I don't know how to say. I don't know how to say.
With the commercials
I don't know how to say it.
All right, Marvelous.
Hey, much respect to Bad Habits. What's up, homie? Welcome in. We got Ben M 213. Saludos, Boyle Heights, East LA in the movies. Orale, firme. Hey, welcome in, homie. I hope you guys enjoy the show tonight. We got Nadine. Welcome in, Nadine. I appreciate you. Sal, we got Infinity Carranzas. Big shout out to Infinity Carranzas.
Hey.
Rootster. We got Smear Gang in the house. Roxy 818. Shout out to the homegirl right there. Roxy.
That's right.
Familia right there. Who else did we got? We got Little Ben Davis. Hey, I appreciate that. Brick James. Shout out to Pelon. Who else we got? Punk Bug. Dang. All right. Yeah, Mary Lou. Mary Lou, most hated native. Shout out to you, homie. El Boo Boo, Chosen. What's up, Chosen? Welcome in, homie. Who else we got? Buddha. Where's Sela Buddha? Is he in here? Shout out to Sela Buddha and the Jedi. Shout out to the Jedi. He does some dope videography.
I don't see him. Where's Jedi?
Jedi's right there, homie. I seen him in the comments.
Okay, shout out Jedi.
It's because you have your computer set on rainbow mode. That's why. You need to put it on the man mode.
Dang.
All right. Hey, yeah. Shout out to all you guys. Hey, what's up, Loke? J Lokester. Welcome in, homeboy. All right. Saint Mike says happy Monday and buff fingers. Orale, ranting with Ramos. Shout out to ranting with Ramos. If you guys haven't gave him a follow, go give him a follow. We got big Bath Springfield, Utah in the house. Eddie, shout out to you, Eddie. I appreciate you joining in, homie.
That's right.
Yeah, shout out to all you guys. Shoot for the stars.
Shout out to Amy.
For the stars. Shout out to Amy.
Boyle Heights. That's right.
That's right. Boyle Heights in the house. Hey, shout out to all you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the show and the conversation that we're bringing tonight. You know what I'm saying? This is your show, so you guys do have a voice right here. So if you guys feel like you want to get your call dropped by NORBEEZ, go ahead and call it. Nah, I'm just playing. But you guys want to call in and give your 2 cents on everything? Hey, we're accepting all change tonight. There you go.
Hey.
But go ahead, NORBEEZ. Want to read some of the comments?
All right, let's go. Shout out to everybody that participated in the community posts and put in their question or their topic. We appreciate you for doing so. Let's start with Face Reality. Face Reality says, if you were to remake Apocalypto or make part 2, how would you make it? What would you show in the movie?
If I were to remake Apocalypto?
Yeah, or make a part 2.
Okay, first of all, what did you think about the first one?
I liked it because I mean it shows a lot of like Oaxaca and Veracruz.
How do you know? How do you know?
Because that's where they filmed it.
How do you know?
Because that's where they say they filmed it.
Who said it?
The
Don't be starting rumors over here, NORBEEZ. You haven't even been to Oaxaca, homie.
Filmography or whatever you call those things.
What did you say right now, homie? Are you making up words on this show right now?
Something like that.
We're gonna get clowned,
but
man.
It does show locations shot. It would be
Veracruz, they did film it over there.
Veracruz, Oaxaca, and I appreciate that.
Hey,
part.
you know what was dumb though? Because I was watching the one of the things where they show where they made it and all that. They're showing behind the scenes, right?
Okay.
And they're saying that they were looking for a jungle.
Yeah.
They were looking for a jungle that would be suitable for filming.
Yeah.
And that would fit the placement or the scenery of that time. You know what I mean? Mexico. Like, where are you gonna go, homie? You're gonna go to Russia? Where are you gonna go? to Iceland? Like that's dumb. You know what I mean? Like, I hate when they do stuff like that, bro. You know?
Yeah. For the most part, but I do appreciate also that the language. I'm not too sure which language they chose. I think
Iron Jacket. I think he was teaching.
No, that definitely wasn't him.
No, it wasn't him.
But I
Good thing it wasn't him.
I do appreciate that some of the words were from my tribe's language.
How do you know, NORBEEZ?
Well, I know.
How do you know?
What do you?
How do you know?
Let me answer.
You don't speak Nahuatl. You better stop
it's not Nahuatl. That's why.
Okay, what is it?
Well, and that's the thing. I don't know what language they chose.
I think you don't know.
But they had words from my tribe's language.
So, like what? Give me one.
For instance, dog. Dog we call peco. Peco. So that's a dog. They use that word to describe the dog.
I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to do some research on this, NORBEEZ.
But some of the other words, I could really, my family couldn't really tell what it was. So we couldn't tell. We know that they use some words, but not that. But they mix it up with a bunch of other words. So,
okay. So now you've seen where part 1 ended, right?
Yeah.
And shout out to the homie, rest in peace, Olak. I call him Olak.
Yeah.
You know who that is?
No.
The one that names homeboy Almost. He goes Almost, and at the end, they go at it with each other.
Oh yeah.
So he passed away, right?
He did.
Okay, so at the end, he goes and gets his hind on. They go out to the sea where they see the conquistadors coming, right? And they see Bush and Biden pulling up, with Trump, on their skirts and stuff.
Yeah.
So they see them pulling up, right?
Yeah.
So where do you think part 2 should take place at now?
I mean, part 2, I would assume a small battle.
A small battle when they came off the ship?
Yeah. And then I don't know, it's tough when I think about the actual history of it all, when Cortez did come here and they met with some of the tribes, that I would think that they took out some of the tribes that were on the shores and then worked their way in till they got to what's it called? Teotepec?
Okay, so say the whole, what I'm asking, I guess, is the whole narrative of the story. What should happen? And not that Mel Gibson's going to put it in there, because he's obviously not going to put the truth in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What should happen in that movie if you were to make it?
Well, I mean, I would definitely show some of the last battles that were had between the let's say like the Mexica and the Spaniards with Cortez, and then some of the other battles with the other tribes. There may be a little bit of the tribes that didn't fight.
Okay.
That worked.
Well, let me give you a story. Let me give you a storyline. So we make it to the shore, right? We see these colonizers.
We make it.
Huh? I'm talking about indigenous, Mexica, Maya, whatever you want to call it, right? Whatever you want to call it, right?
Yeah, we make it there.
We'll say we see the natives, right? They're coming out of the jungle and they see all these ships, right? And they go call more reinforcements. Like, hey, look at these güeros. No, I don't think they did that, NORBEEZ.
Nah.
I don't think they did that, homie.
Nah.
But look at,
Nah.
listen.
Yeah.
So they come out of the forest, right? And little spurts and stuff like that, right? And you got the colonizers coming trying to communicate with them, right? And they see what they're wearing, their jewelry and their regalia, and they invite them. They invite them in, to come into the land. And they see all this gold and how it doesn't mean nothing for them, and they slowly start coming up with a plan how to manipulate, the tribes out of their gold, but also how to manipulate them using them for slaves. Like, we need this hut built for our people. Can you build this? Can you do this? Can you do this? And slowly manipulating, while they're trying to break away from their so-called motherland over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could start a whole new area over here, have a whole new king over here. I could have this land named after me, which they eventually did, right? Most of the majority have Spaniard names, homie. Even our people.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's obviously not going to put that in there, right?
Probably not.
So I wonder.
Who knows? Who knows? It's Mel Gibson,
But Mel Gibson, I mean, I don't know.
It's surprise you. He'll surprise you.
I don't know.
I mean, the fact that he even did that movie and nobody in Hollywood even touch it, he backed it. He used his money. I mean, nobody in this industry would ever touch a movie like that.
Why?
Because they don't want a cast of all brown people.
Yeah, but look at they did get a cast, and they're easy. It's just like workers, homie. When you go when you want to pay somebody cheap and you want to get the thing built right fast, what do you go do? You hire a bunch of Mexicanos and they get the job done.
Yeah, but we're
homie.
talking about movies, though.
They
barely put us in.
Yeah, but still, look at all that. Look at the extras in movies. All the raza that are playing extras. They're playing jail. Cholo 1, Cholo 2. You know what I'm saying? And the homies eat that up, dog. They want to. Oh, let me do burpees in the back, and you know what I mean? That shit's retarded. Anyways, go ahead. We're lagging it.
All right. Let's see. Let's go with who we're gonna go with. Proof Truth. Shout out to Proof Truth. We're gonna go with I saw an interview with Gilly, and he said back in the days, his generation looked up to the hustlers getting money, and now this generation looks up to the shooters. When back then the shooters were looked down upon. What is your perspective on that?
That's not true. That's probably where he came from.
Who's Gilly?
Gilly is he's a content creator. He was a rapper that was signed to. If you guys know in the chat, who was he signed to? I don't remember exactly who he was signed to. He was signed to somebody though. He was a rapper back in the early 2000s. Can you look up Gil? I think they call him Gilly the Kid.
Gilly the Kid?
Yeah, it's him and Mello. Is it Mello? Or man, what's his name? They're like comedians now. Let me see if they Gilly the Queen with the smear gang's funny. Yeah, I don't remember his
Oh, he's a podcaster, huh?
Yeah, he's a podcaster now. But he even got a deal. He just got a deal, homie, for so many millions of dollars to do his show.
He did So Gangsta.
Oh, Cash Money. He was signed to Cash Money.
Cash Money?
Yeah. On Andre. Hey, thank you, Andre. I appreciate you, homie. Yeah, so Gilly, you know what? That's where he grew up in. You know, homies have always been about feria, you know, when it comes
Oh, he's from the South.
Okay, well, what I'm saying is that read it again, bro, so I could speak on this correctly.
I saw an interview with Gilly, and he said back in the days, his generation looked up to the hustlers getting money, and now this generation looks up to the shooters, when back then the shooters were looked down upon. What is your perspective on that?
Okay, so what I feel, homie, my personal opinion is that he's talking just about his area. Every area is different, homie.
Yeah.
So like back in the early 90s, you know, when I started doing a bunch of dumb stuff, it's always been about money, you know, but you're trying to earn a name however you can. You know what I'm saying? And the only way to earn a name is by doing damage. What are you doing, NORBEEZ? I'm talking.
Oh, sorry.
You're trying to do as much damage to earn a name and be an influence to your homies. You know what I mean? So he can't just pick out one thing unless they just looked up to hustlers and pimps, you know, and then you gotta separate what he's saying with ethnicity, homie. He's talking about a black culture, and black culture, they always talk about hustlers and making money and stuff like that. You know what I mean? As opposed to a person over here that grows up in a hood over here in Cali. A lot of young homies, unfortunately, look up to you know, the shooters, you know. And then when you get involved in stuff and you realize what it is, it's about money. It's all about frog skins. So yeah, if you could earn a name for yourself and be an influencer amongst your homies, you're gonna have a wider range of making money and being a heavy influence in your area, you know. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe he just grew up around hustlers or whatever, or I can't speak on him. I really don't know, homie. And then that's probably where he grew up at. I don't know, homie, if they have raza over there or not. But yeah,
we're everywhere. What are you talking about?
No, but I'm saying like in certain communities, you'll find like, I mean, there's not a lot of raza in certain communities over there in the South, fool. What do you mean?
Says who?
Okay. Anyways, go ahead, NORBEEZ.
We hustlers too.
I'm not saying that we're not hustlers.
Hey. All right. Let's see. We're gonna go with Zapata Vive says, what do you think about the often regurgitated saying we can agree to disagree and still be friends?
Yeah. Oh, you know what that reminded me of right now? Tony.
Yeah.
Tony always says that. That's Tony's line right there.
Yet their opinion is rooted in our oppression and denial of our humanity and rights to exist in our continent.
What I feel, I mean, what do you think about that, NORBEEZ? And I'll give my 2 cents.
I mean, that's the thing, you know, we should be able to still communicate and not, not be able to talk to each other anymore because we come to a disagreement.
Okay, but at a certain time, shit's gonna hit the fan.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to choose a side. You can't say, you know what I'm saying, if I let you live right here with me, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you don't agree with some of my opinions, and I don't agree with some of your opinions or beliefs or whatever. We're eventually gonna bump heads when something happens.
Hey, for me, you just gotta hope you're the right one, so then you could say later on, "See, I told you, I told you."
Oh my God, Norbeez grew a voice.
You just gotta hope that you get you're the right one in the disagreement. If you're the right one, you get all right to say, "I told you."
I mean, you know what? I hate when people say, "Oh, well, we don't talk about politics right here. We don't talk about religion and politics, right? Those are things that not to talk about, or that you shouldn't talk about." But my belief, I think those are the things you should talk about. You get to see a person's moral compass with that. You know, their mindset. You know, what they're gonna do in a certain situation. You know, you don't want to be put in a certain predicament and then this fool fold on you. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true. I'm, like I said, hope you if you're right, you know, throw it in their face.
What the heck?
Next one's gonna be from Sal. Sal says, "Have you heard about men back in the day having walking sticks made of copper to garner energy from the ground?" Yeah.
Yeah, my uncle had one. My uncle Pajaro. He used to make a lot of canes and sell them. He would make some with he made some bad ones, just different ones. He had some that looked real old. He would carve cultura on his old canes, and his canes were made out of real branches. You know, he would be there for hours, man, sanding them down and carving them with his knife, and be like, "Hey, mijo, come over here and look at." He did one bad one with a snake wrapped around it one time, and the bottom, it was like maybe about 8 inches. He hollowed out a which cut. What are you laughing at, Norbeez? Man, dude. Anyways, he had like an 8-inch copper man, I can't even talk with you. You know what? I'm gonna have you go sit in the corner. If my uncle was here, he would have slapped you. Anyways, yeah, they put copper in there. I mean, not everybody, but he had one. I remember he had one with a copper thing in it, and he explained to me. And then he also showed me what was it? How to find water one time.
Oh, with the
and it was with these those 2 copper sticks. Yeah, crazy.
Hey.
You done that before?
Yeah, but I done it with like regular sticks.
Yeah, what'd you do? Put
Like
them in your mouth?
No. Is that
No.
is that
Hurry up, read the next comment. Hurry up. You don't get no voice right here. I'm gonna turn your mic off, man. Laughing while I'm talking.
Shout out to Magic Wolf that says, "Did you see in one of the Epstein's photos where he had the pillars of Jachin and Bose? Are you familiar?
Boaz, you're talking about? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, from King Solomon's temple.
Yeah.
And Freemasons history before the flood, the knowledge of the watchers was written on 2 pillars to survive a destruction of fire.
I didn't see that
water.
comment. I didn't even see that comment. Where is that?
What? That's what it represents.
Okay.
You don't see it? Magic Wolf.
No, but go. Okay, well, you read it anyways. No, I didn't see that picture, homie. I didn't see that, but they all have that. They all have that stuff in their temples and their sacrificial, you know, whatever they have. They all got that.
Oh, shout out to 805 Plumbing. He says, "I make copper walking sticks at work. We have to use them in muddy areas, especially after a rain."
Why? Hey, why do you have to use the copper ones, bro? If you could put in the comment section.
That's a good question.
Go ahead.
All right. Next one from Sideways Burnout. He says, "Israeli mafia is wiping out our Latino home ownership in Reseda, Canoga, North Hollywood, San Fernando."
I believe it.
Coima.
I believe it. I believe it.
Okay. Shout out to Perry Hancock that says, "Norbeez, the question for Marvel is, if you had to choose any city on the East Coast, what that would remind you of Los Angeles, which city would it be and why?" That's easy.
What?
Probably a city in Florida.
A city in Florida?
Yeah.
That will remind you of LA?
Yeah.
What city? Florida. He said it. I didn't say it.
I'm gonna say maybe Miami. Guess that's the biggest city I know, probably.
Because
Miami.
it's big. Because it's a big city.
From what I hear, the weather is very similar to LA.
So just weather-wise, you're talking about,
Yeah,
or
just
people,
weather-wise.
not people.
Nah, I don't care
No?
about people.
I think he's talking about people.
For example, you think that's I don't see that there, but
Let me see. Read it again.
he says, this question is for Marvelous. If you had to choose any city in the East Coast that would remind you of Los Angeles, which city would it be and why?
Okay, weather-wise, I don't know too much about Florida. I always see it cloudy over there. So I don't know. And then
Wait, that doesn't make sense.
no, okay, because you're talking about, I'm gonna bring up two aspects of it though. Okay, weather-wise, I don't know. Sunny, I mean, yeah, it looks sunny, but I always see every time I look at a video or somebody doing a content out there, it's always like, cloudy, or people are still walking around. You know what I'm saying? But I'm taking it as people, like, will remind me of my people. And the only place I could think of, homie, is probably parts of New York. And that the only reason why is because you go downtown over here and there's nothing but fussing and fighting and all kinds of stuff. And I picture it the same over there. They got hoods, the same thing.
I don't know, man.
Why?
I don't know. They speak very zesty over there.
Well, I'm not talking about zesty. Fool, you pay attention to all the rainbow stuff. I'm talking about
people. You're talking about
yeah,
people,
but I'm not talking. What are you saying? There's a bunch of rainbows over there?
No, they
them?
just speak zesty. Some New Yorkers they talk zesty.
What's zesty? Fool? What does zesty mean?
You remember I told you about the whole crack thing, the cracking thing? I'm gonna crack you. You know what it means? Now it means another thing, but they still say it over there.
And you got fool sagging over here, homie, and that came from being busted.
Like when somebody say, "I'm gonna crack you like I cracked that guy over there," and they're like, "What? You cracked that guy?"
NORBEEZ, man, I swear, man, I need to throw a tomato at you, fool.
It's true though that
look at fool. I'm talking about a hood white. Let's see. This is why we're two different people, homie.
I'm looking at social media. Okay, I look at social media. That's it.
Okay. Well, first of all, the question was asked for me. So, anyways, how I'm taking it is in a hood sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about like I'm gonna go to Miami, fool, and see people that look like they're from LA. Hell nah. You're gonna see more zesty people in Miami than anywhere, and I don't care about anybody hating from Florida. That's just how I feel.
I don't know,
but I think there's more, ghetto ass, and I don't mean it in a bad way, but
like
more
white dudes over there.
Listen, I think there's more hood people in New York, homie. That's what I'm saying. If I wanted to feel comfortable,
yeah,
I'm gonna feel more comfortable in New York.
Yeah,
being around Puerto Ricans, Blacks, Cubans, Colombians, than Miami.
But that's
fool.
what they have in Florida.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, but I'm saying hood, fool. I'm not gonna go to Miami and say, "Hey, where's all the barrios at? Where's the hood
That's
at?
a good question.
Where's the hood at in Miami?" I'm gonna feel more comfortable being in a favela in Brazil. Fool. I'm gonna feel more comfortable being around another homie. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that grew up with nothing. I feel more comfortable around him.
Anybody know if there's any gangs in Florida? Let us know in the chat.
I mean, there probably is, fool, but I'm saying like in a congested, Anyway, get out of here, NORBEEZ. You're fired. Fired.
All right.
This guy.
This one's coming from Chosen. Let's see. Actually, no, we'll get that to the end. Sick Dog says, did you guys check out Freaky Tales yesterday? Good episode.
I did. This guy.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, I know you did. I seen you all wet in the comments, fool. I seen you right there.
Don't get all jelly.
Pulling your chonies to the side. I seen you. I seen you right there. Tony, notice me. Tony, notice me. I seen you. Damn. What happened to you? What happened to you, NORBEEZ?
Don't say things like that. That's our rumors.
Anyway, so you seen it? What was he talking about? So I could correct it. Man, come on.
It became, oddly enough, it became very political. I thought it was Freaky Tales.
All right, so what was he talking about? What was he talking about? So I could give the real answers. Hurry up.
I forgot already.
You know what your dad was talking about. Hurry up. What was he saying? What was he saying?
I don't know. You watched it the same as much as I did.
He was talking about demonic spirits.
Was he?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I don't know.
Who's that guy? His nephew or his?
That's his son-in-law, Rick.
His son-in-law.
Son-in-law, Rick. Shout out to Rick.
Shout out, Rick. I don't know you, fool, but shout out. Hey, Rick, shout out to you. If you're watching, you're probably going to watch because Tony's watching right now. He's going to tell you, Marvelous mentioned us. Marvelous mentioned us. Yes, I mentioned the both of you. Don't let YouTube get to your head, homie. Just saying. Don't let it get to your head, bro. Stay humble. I'm pretty sure you're a good dude. But shout out to both you guys.
Hey.
But if you want to know the truth and the real stuff, just homie, got you.
Hey, this is not a debate, okay?
It's always a debate. It's always. I want all the smoke.
Hey.
Anyways, yeah, they were talking about what were they talking about, fool?
I thought they were talking about mostly about the whole Islam stuff and how this is supposed to be happening. Well, are you gonna open
what
it
they
up?
call it? What's it called? Freaky Tales, right?
Yeah, the one you've been on several times.
Freaky Nalgas. Let me see. His show.
You just want an excuse to watch him.
Nah, shut up.
Let me look at Tony.
Hey, look what pops up. I pop up. What happened? What'd you say right now? Powers and principalities.
Powers and principalities.
All right, yeah, that's what he was talking about.
There you go.
So, what do you know about powers and principalities?
I don't know anything about that.
Yes, you should know about it.
You tell me which.
You should know about it.
Which should we know about it?
Spirits.
Yeah, but I don't think he was mostly going to spirits. He's mostly going into the whole religious stuff, the philosophy stuff about it, right?
Philosophy about what? Like about spirits?
The Islamic stuff and with those supposed Israel's right there, Israelis over there.
Oh, okay.
And the whole war that's going on.
All right, let's not make it a biblical thing then. My bad. My apologies.
But Tony did declare that we are definitely in the end of times.
Oh, so did he?
So that means we're like in the last few months.
Tony broke the code, huh?
There's a code?
I don't know. You're saying that he's telling us what time we're in.
Yeah. He says he's very certain that we're at the end of time. And I should have told him, I should advise him not to say things like that because several pastors actually got canceled because they made certain similar predictions of the end of days coming. Like they actually gave a date, and when that day came, nothing happened.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were like, okay, so that means you don't know what you're talking about. You're a fake. You're a false prophet.
Mm-hmm. A lot of false prophets out there.
Mm-hmm. That's why I say.
Shout out to Tony if he broke the code, though.
Hey.
If we're in the end times, I don't know.
All right, and here's the last question from Chosen. Chosen said, please give your thoughts on the recent allegations made to Dolores Huerta. Is it fair to speak up now, especially since Chavez isn't around to defend himself? There's also some replies. You want me to read some of the replies?
Yeah, read the replies.
All right, we got a reply from Ninja Magic that says, the better question would be, why did Chavez family just accept the allegations and didn't even try to refute them? Not even a little bit. You know why?
Ooh.
Good.
Is that what they said?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Go ahead.
Because they know. They know. Shout out SD805 Plumbing. He says, Ninja Magic. She married his brother and has 2 kids with him. Oh. Crazy Thanksgiving dinner at the family gathering. Ooh.
That's crazy.
805 Plumbing also says, better yet, why nobody say that she married Chavez's brother and has 2 kids after this incident happened to her? She was married to him till he passed away. Awkward Thanksgiving, I'd say. He also said, lastly, also, did you know that Chavez was the original Minuteman? He would organize groups of his people to go patrol the borders, beat up, arrest, and in some reported cases, even rape illegals crossing the border.
Who said that? Who said that?
805 Plumbing.
No, but hey, 805, if you could do me a favor, bro, if you could let me know where you got that information from.
This guy, it seems like Chavez took the extra step that Nino America wouldn't take. All right. Shout out to Sencal for that super chat. He says, I send mines, fellas.
Hey, my respects to you too, homie. Okay, so go ahead, NORBEEZ. You want to give your 2 cents on it? And we're going to be taking calls too because I want to know what you guys think about it. And not just because it's a hot topic or nothing like that, but just because this situation right here, this man, Cesar Chavez, has become the face of a movement. and people have forgot about all the people that are moving.
Can you clarify what movement?
So what his movement was, right, is for the farmers, right? He was mad at so-called illegals taking jobs, right, away from Raza that was here, because
And the owners.
he had an American mindset on how he was just so American. You know what I'm saying? And that's just not what I believe. I believe that just like a podcaster gets so many likes and comments and all that stuff, it gets to their head, you know. And I believe that a lot of this this movement that probably started off what he believes was good or going to be good for the raza ended up dividing us more, and especially now with all this stuff that has come, you know, forward now. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, NORBEEZ.
I mean, I wouldn't get past it if Cesar Chavez claimed white.
Okay, so what do you think?
As far as the situation, I mean,
okay, well, first of all, my bad. What do you think about Cesar Chavez before all this?
Well, before all this happened, I had no respect for Cesar Chavez. I mean,
why not?
Yeah, as mostly a lot had to do with his interviews where he would refer to our people as border hoppers, at wet bags. He would just discriminate against anybody south of the U.S. And again, yeah, he for the fact that he took it upon himself to report on our people, to the police, and he knows what the police do to our people. So that's kind of that, in a sense, that's a really messed up thing to do. Because more than likely our people will get beaten, will be shoved in a cell, starving and not being taken care of, and pretty much punishing them, and that's not cool. He knew that's what they do to our people, and I had no respect for him. I didn't like him. And anybody that asked me like, oh, what do I think about him? And I tell them the truth. I don't like him. No, I don't think he was a representation of our community. I think he was a representation for unions. I mean, if I was in a union, I would probably look up to him as a union boss. But I wouldn't I don't look up to him as a representation of our people, of raza, let's say.
Yeah.
I truly believe that he did everything he could for the unions, for the farm workers, but as far as for our culture, our people, he didn't do shit. And that's just the way. I mean, if he did change any kind of policies, I would like to know what policies he changed for our actual community.
Okay, and so now with all this stuff being viral now, with this lady coming forward and saying all this and that, now what do you think?
You know what? I mean, it might just add to it. I mean, I already thought he was a piece of shit, but now I just like it's more solidified. Where like, yeah. Okay, well that makes sense. I honestly, for me, I'm not too surprised if he's willing to sell out our people. You know, just for
so it makes
money.
So it makes sense. It makes sense to you in believing this woman's story that is coming forward after so many years now, and making allegations towards him when he can't defend himself.
Yeah, I mean,
a woman that has kids from him. So you believe that?
Oh, I mean, like I said, I already thought he was a piece of shit. I mean, I don't know how.
But I'm not saying that. I'm not. But wait, listen, real quick, because wait, real quick. Yeah. With all respect, NORBEEZ, I'm asking you like this, bro, because this happens to a lot of people that already don't like somebody.
Yeah.
And then they go see something else posted about them, and they're like, that solidifies everything. That sealed the deal.
I see where you're going. I see where you're going.
You know what I'm saying? What if that's not true? I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're just saying, what if?
What if? What if it wasn't true, and just because you don't like him for whatever reason, right?
Yeah.
Now that just sealed the deal with you.
Well, I mean, like I said, I don't know how much lower of a piece of shit he could be. I mean, does it add to it? I mean, maybe it adds to it, but honestly, my opinion over him is still the same. He's still a piece of shit.
And why do you think his views were like that, bro? He wasn't for all raza.
Well, you know, he
seen us all as one.
You know what? And that's the I think more people don't realize that before he started the union up there, before he went up north, and after Texas, I think he's from Texas originally, or he's from either Texas or Arizona, right?
Okay.
He was here in East LA, and he was working with a group of Chicanos here. where their goal was to build up an economy for us. You know, to the point where they created small credit unions for our people, because at that time, you know, banks weren't giving us loans, right? And they started like the first what you would call, like, you know how Costco runs, right? You buy a membership and you go in there and you buy bulk and you get a big discount, right?
Right.
So they started a store like that also, where the community would become members by buying in, and they could shop for lower prices.
Yeah.
So he was part of that, to the point where they that organization got big and became actual big credit unions that were actually giving out house loans and business loans and car loans to our people, because at that time the white banks that were here, they weren't giving any of our people loans. A lot of the houses from Palos Verdes, no, not Palos Verdes, but the Elysian Park, those ones that got torn down to build the Dodger Stadium, a lot of those houses got those loans from those credit unions from East LA.
Okay.
So he was part of that organization, but he left it because he didn't want to be part of it anymore. Because that whole organization was dedicated just to help our community build financial wealth. And they were doing it, and they did do it. A lot of big time politicians came out of that credit union.
Okay, let's just talk about him.
But what I'm trying to say is that he left an organization that was dedicated to help our community here to build up wealth, to go up north, to just fight for a union. I mean, that union was mixed with a lot of different people, not just our people.
Okay, look at
Where I'm trying to say that he left us to go join something else that wasn't part of us. He abandoned us. That's what I'm saying.
okay, look at. Let me tell you like this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So hearing about Cesar Chavez, I was a little kid.
Yeah.
And my grandfather used to tell me about him. He was so mad, you know, and I didn't understand a lot of stuff that my grandfather was saying back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, that he didn't like Mexicanos, stuff like that. My grandpa didn't even like to use the word Chicano.
Yeah.
He said you're Mexicano. It's still Mexico, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't know why my grandfather didn't like him or see his point of view until later on, you know, when I had a full understanding about my grandfather's, I'll say his migration over here from Tampico.
Yeah.
Right. And when he came over here when he was 6 years old, you know, it was hard for him and his mom, you know, to establish themselves, you know, school, raise enough money to, you know, rent a room or get a house, anything to buy food.
Yeah.
They were struggling, you know. So my grandpa always went above and beyond, and it was hard, you know. He would always hire Mexicanos that didn't have nothing to work for him, even when he got his contractor's license. You know, it was always Mexicanos, and mijo, you gotta learn Spanish, and mijo, you gotta learn this. And you see them, they're working. That's us, you know. And he always and made sure that I knew that, you know.
Yeah.
And me, I was a little kid just running around, you know, not even paying attention. Later on, when he became a big enough influence, you know, before my time.
Yeah.
But they ended up changing the name of Brooklyn Avenue, right?
Yeah,
they changed it to Cesar Chavez. My grandpa was furious about that.
Was that like in 92?
In the 90s.
Somewhere in 90s.
So he was furious, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of homies were. You know, why are you changing the street name, you know, to this vato, you know, from up north that didn't even care about raza. You know, he was what you call a güero washed. I don't want to say the other word. Güero washed, right? And it's kind of like the Mexicanos that say, "Oh, I got Spaniard in me. We got Spaniard." Like, no, you don't, fool. Like, either you are a Spaniard from one of your forefathers, or you're not. You're a Mexicano.
Yeah.
But the majority of us are Mexicanos.
Yeah.
Point blank. So, you know, later on, I got the full understanding of who this dude was, and I didn't like him just because my grandpa didn't like him, you know. But when I got older, I really understood, and I didn't care for him, you know. And it really wasn't a big deal, you know, because he's not around. He did have a movement, and to me, that movement, it just didn't exist. It doesn't exist no more. It's an idea, like a lot of us Raza have. It's an idea. They gain a little traction, and then either somebody gets greedy, or they end up breaking up for some political reason, or they don't grow in the political realm because of whatever reason or an agenda. So eventually we all died out, you know, or that movement dies out.
Mm.
But what I'm saying is I'm asking you certain questions, bro, because if we're going to make any kind of dent in today's society or in the American viewpoint, we all have to move. You can't just have one group or one person. We'll just say one person, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Cesar Chavez started this movement up north for the farmers, and he's doing this, and he's gaining a little traction.
Yeah.
And you don't got nobody doing nothing in Texas. There's nobody doing nothing in Arizona. We would all have to rise up to make our point. This is just they're gonna make new laws to stop you. They're gonna create new agendas. They're gonna bribe people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, anyways, fast forward now. Now you got this woman that comes forward, right? And let me just say like this. If this guy did do all that stuff, and because there's there's multiple women, right?
I think, I believe there's 5.
And who came out first? Was it the lady or was it somebody
the
else?
New York Times, you know what? And that's the one thing that I don't know about you, but I definitely felt in not
Suspicious.
looking into the New York Times article, because they're the ones that actually came out with that article. And pointing that out, apparently some other things happen with the farmers, as far as something about their wage being changed by law during the exact same time that article came out. I don't know if there's any connection saying that they took out that article to distract us from not looking at that change that they made.
Yeah.
As far as how farm workers get paid.
Right.
Something about cutting their pay.
I heard the same thing. Yeah, so that's kind of suspicious too. You know what I mean? Like, why would they put it out at the same time? So the other thing, anyway, so what I'm saying is that if these allegations are true, right, then that fool should have been done a long time ago. But the thing is that why wait so long? And then what would happen? You know what I mean? What will be the repercussions of that, other than a political move or a guilt trip? You know, what do you think? And this is why I want to get people's opinions. This is why I want to hear from what everybody else has to say, because to me, my bad, NORBEEZ. Yeah. To me, it's a political move, point blank, period. It's a political move. She had kids from him, right? She had kids from his brother. She has, and I'm not trying to bash her or nothing like that. She had kids from multiple different men. Some that there's stories out there that she put kids up for adoption, right? Or
yes,
something.
Yes, which would be Cesar Chavez's kids.
And this was happening.
Which is 2. As far as from what she said, it's only 2. I think there's like people saying that she had 4 or 6 or fucking.
But no, but how many kids did she have anyways in total?
Well, from what I hear, she had 11 kids in total.
Okay.
But she said that only 2 are from Cesar Chavez. But I hear other people saying she had like 4 of them by hand.
Okay, so did this happen? And this is a question you got to ask. Did this happen before the kids, or did it happen after the kids?
One happened while it was more of a, like, okay, you're my boss, you're the upper guy, so, you know, I don't want to disappoint you, so, okay, I'm going to give it up. And then the second one was like, no, I don't want to do that. But he did it anyways.
See, that's like a conflicting story right there, homie.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Like either she refused and said no, or
at the second time she says she refused and said no, and he did it anyways.
I don't know what to believe. But what would be the whole, you know, point?
Well, I mean, I would say timing, and again, maybe one thing was that money situation as far
and then
as
there's a lot
coming out, but the one that I would say why they would jump on it right now, because of the whole Epstein thing.
Yeah,
like that, like people are going down. Diddy went down, and you know Epstein. You know, well, you know, did he go down? I don't know, but you know, all of that is controversy right now. So right now, anybody can get it while they're that's the talk.
Okay,
People want to see people in jail.
let's do this. Let's do. What do you mean people want to see people in jail?
People want to see people in jail that are either doing that or a part of that, and because they don't see people that are on that list getting jailed. They're at this point, they're whoever's doing something similar, get rid of them.
Okay, look at this. You got all these dudes that have ran the country are that way.
Yeah,
they've done that.
Yeah,
they've all been that way, involved in something.
Yeah,
you know. But let's do this, NORBEEZ, real quick. Let's take that statement that this woman has made, right? Let's take all that. We know that whatever his viewpoints were on Mexicanos and being all Americanized, right?
Yeah.
What will be the whole point or goal to knock this man's character down?
I mean, this would probably be the only time to like have people accept it completely without really questioning it.
Accept what?
Accept that he is that person that they described.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying. What will be the point to knock him down, to knock his character down, bro? He's created a movement, right?
Yeah. But
listen, when somebody becomes somebody, they have a following. Chavez had a following.
Oh yeah, he has a following.
Okay, so when you knock him down, you knock his whole following down.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You knock everybody that believed in him, homie, down.
Yeah.
You took that alpha male out of them. That hey, you're not gonna rise up.
Yeah.
You're not gonna create no movement, and that's what you got to be able to look at things like this, situations like this, from every point, every angle, homie. Before you put your opinion and this person was this piece of shit, and just because I don't like him, I agree with everything that's being said about him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta dissect everything because there's context to everything, homie. Everybody gets put. I've been put in situations.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you gotta really dissect everything, bro, and take a step back and listen, and don't go based off your feelings about how you. I don't like the dude.
Yeah.
I don't like the dude. But then again, I kind of don't believe her story either, homie. I'm not gonna go ahead and agree with this woman when she had kids from the dude.
Well, I've been saying, you know what? The only thing I don't like about her is that when he was saying all that stuff about our people, she was there.
Yeah.
He didn't say, "Hey, don't do that."
That's another thing.
I don't agree with him.
That's another thing.
She didn't say nothing. She just, well, you know, that's the way it is. It is what it is.
And did she stay? Did she see and this is just a question. Did she see some kind of value in being with a family, like staying in that family by having kids from his brother? Like, this is a whole movement. This is where the money's at. But you know what I'm saying? It's like with a girl that finds a dude that has.
Here's the takeaway, because everybody's just focusing on her. Mm-hmm. They're not focusing on the 5 other women that came that accused him of that. Mm-hmm. Like, then that's the thing, you know, she kind of messes up the whole argument because of who she is for these other women.
Okay, and was there different periods of time that these women came forward, or was it all just now?
Well, the report was that in the report, supposedly it says that they had been saying these things, but just nobody would believe them. They've had said it before. The only problem is nobody believes them.
All right. Well, I want to hear what the audience says.
You gotta believe that maybe there's some truth to that, because, like you said, you know, some people just want to do things like that. Don't make those accusations. And somebody like yourself, you'll probably tell those girls, "Oh, you're just saying that. How do I know you're telling the truth?" That's the other part, because, like you said, why should I believe them?
Okay, so were they saying this? Here's another question: were they saying this when he was alive?
Yes.
Oh, they were?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, they were reporting it, but nobody will believe them. But it makes sense. How do you believe this guy that supposedly made the movie? And I'm guessing they were all from the North. All these women were probably in the North, where they respected this guy like a god. So this guy can do no wrong. So nobody's gonna believe these girls. You're just some girl that wants to touch it. Get away from here. We have important things here, little girl. Go away. And that tends to happen back in those days. You know,
Well, I believe that no one person, whether you create a movement or not, the movement is always for the people.
Yeah.
The people are the movement. And I don't believe and I don't think that he should have been the face of anything.
oh
You
no,
know what
no,
I'm saying?
No,
But it's a frivolous movement.
hey,
You
but
know what I'm
I
saying?
don't want to say that either because you know
Why?
the Filipinos are stepping up to the plate right now for this current situation to reclaim what they feel was their movement.
And what?
And then as far as the union stuff, the union fighting for their rights as far as farm laborers.
Strike all that. I don't care what Filipinos are saying about this movement, homie. We're talking about raza.
Okay, I'm just gonna put that out there.
I'm just putting this out here.
Okay.
This is about the raza, homie.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the empowerment of our men. That's what it is.
Yeah. No,
he
no,
felt that he could empower our men and Americanize them and having the same ideology as him, the same thoughts.
But that's why I say I don't believe he did anything for the raza.
Well, I mean, he started a movement and he got some kind of flame sparked. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what is that? How does that affect us? as a
Because
community?
it affects us as a community because it divides us. That's why. That's why.
Okay.
If I say if I right now, homie,
I see
listen.
that.
Yeah, well, see if I right now and I say Oaxaca, you know, forget all you vatos, homie.
Yeah.
You vatos ain't real Mexicanos.
Yeah.
Chales, get out of here.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna whoever agrees with me, whoever's been rocking with me is gonna agree with me, homie.
So that's how you see his movement.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. Because he didn't have a brain with wrinkles in, homie. He didn't see all of us as a raza.
Oh, he didn't.
You know what I'm saying? He doesn't know a migration story. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
he believes that, hey, we're Americanized. I accept it. I'm gonna go to sleep now so I could have this American dream.
Well, that's
You know what I'm saying?
why I said that's why he left East LA, because here in East LA, like your grandfather,
Right.
they saw each other as Mexicanos, and you got to think this guy didn't see us as he didn't see the people around him as Mexicanos. He saw them as Americans.
And you know what?
He would tell your grandpa, "You're not Mexicano. You're American. You're like me. We're Americans."
And my grandfather would have slapped him and socked him up. That's what would have happened. I know my gramps.
And that's
my grandpa would have did that.
That's what would have been the situation.
And you know what? I understand. I understand. Maybe I don't want to use the word fit in, but I understand him trying to find his way. We'll say, and I only say this because my grandfather, you know, during
like assimilate, that kind of word.
Not. I don't want to say that word.
Okay.
But my grandfather back in the days, he seen no growth in our people.
Yeah.
Everybody, you know, all the widows had the nice houses.
Yeah.
They had all the supervising jobs. You know what I'm saying?
At
It
the
was
bank.
hard. It was hard to get a job. It was a struggle, you know.
It was.
He opened up a cleaner's business. He learned everything he could about being a contractor, you know, building homes, apartments, a bunch of stuff. He learned about plumbing. All this self-taught. You know, he got his contractor's license. He did all that stuff, you know. And he's seen the discrimination, you know. And
Yeah.
he went to even join the Navy to see if he could have a better life.
Yeah.
And there was discrimination even in there. You know, he couldn't move his way up. He couldn't do. He ended up leaving.
Yeah.
You know, and to come back here, you know what I mean, and still struggle and raise a family, provide for his wife,
Yeah.
all his children and grandchildren. He didn't just raise his 7 kids.
Yeah.
You know, he raised all of us, me too, you know, his grandchild.
Yeah.
You know, so
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? So everything that he has instilled, I take it heart. You know, like I respect him immensely for doing all that. You know.
Yeah. Of course.
So I don't know. I want to get people's opinions and their thoughts on what they think.
I don't
you
want
know.
to do that.
Why?
I just
I don't care what you want to do. Shoot, I want to hear.
Why
what
did you say
everybody
why
else
then?
said.
I was just playing.
Open up those phone lines, NORBEEZ.
All right. We're gonna open up the phone lines, but please make sure you're not on speakerphone or Bluetooth when you're calling in, because that does guarantee your call to be dropped. Not by me, but
Yeah,
by
by
the system.
NORBEEZ, by
By
NORBEEZ.
the system. by the system. So give me 1 second here, and here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the number is up right now. Give us a call. We don't accept private numbers. Please make sure you're not on Bluetooth or speakerphone. Let us know what your thoughts are on the topic. And here we go. Caller, your name. You're on Marvelous Mind Show tonight. Please make sure you're not on Bluetooth or speakerphone. Your name and where you're calling from.
Hey, what's up, brother? It's el hermano de Stockton.
That's right.
You will, homie.
Shout out to you and Stockton.
What's up? What's up, family? What's up, family? The blood of Jesus.
What the heck?
Hey, I didn't promote him this
Yes,
time.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's the truth, brother. Hey, but man, this was an episode, brother. I really wanted Marvelous to discuss, brother. And truthfully, man, like I understand that there's women out there because, like, right now, brother, what I'm noticing, brother, is the people that are standing with like Dolores Huerta are like the women, because I'm pretty sure like all the women right now, brother, who have trauma and who have history and who have experiences of like the R word, they're gonna want to like they in a sense, brother, they do have like a distorted mentality. I believe some do have a distorted mentality when it comes to these things, because it's almost as if they like hold those things like on their sleeve, like I don't know, man. Like I think that a lot of people that are like that are more like progressive and more liberal and more like on the Democrat side of things, on the Democrat side of politics, brother, they like where instead of like being set free from those things, brother, instead of like being healed and being delivered, by the Most High, some people just hold trauma as like badges of honor, brother, and I don't even think that those people should like if they want to like stand with her, I understand they can, because who doesn't want to feel like they have support? But man, Dolores Huerta shouldn't even like, man, this should really be investigated, and she shouldn't have her own show on Netflix. You already know Netflix will probably like pay attention to all this, brother, and to see if they could like make content out of this. They shouldn't give her no Netflix show, surviving Chavez, because man, brother, like all it is, brother, to me, why now? Like, why speak up now? Like, man, this cat, he's been gone for so long, brother, and it's just like, man, they'll like Marvelous said, like they'll find something to tear you down, and man, I don't know, like, but you guys think that it's like man, do you guys, what do you guys think though?
I mean, it's a tough one. Let me ask you: do you believe? Are you a believer of the Epstein list?
Man, brother, I'm like, man, when it comes to the Epstein list, brother, man, I gotta say I do believe it, NORBEEZ. But you know what I think, brother? I think that since people have so much power, we'll get a list. They'll say, okay, here's the list. But I think that won't even be the complete list, brother. They'll give us 5 people, right? They'll give us 50 people on that list. But I believe that the elite and that the nasty homo pervert Masons, brother, they'll hold off another 100 people on that list, right?
Well, let me ask you now. What I meant to ask was, do you believe the victims? Man, I gotta say I do, because these people that are in power, they do victimize, and they do target the weak, the vulnerable. They target people who have trauma, people who come from people who feel like they're losers, feel like they're nobody. Yeah.
But when it comes to this, brother, like I think that Dolores Huerta has to be investigated more, man. She should be sat down. People need to pull out.
Yeah.
I mean, we need actual evidence, man. We need like credible information, man.
Yeah. Well, here's there's one thing I didn't want to bring up to you, Marvelous. As far as aside from Dolores, it would be a girl by the name Ana Murguia. She was 13 when she said that Chavez blessed her. And then there was Deborah Rojas that also at 12 years old said that she was also molested. And then she was raped at 15 by him. And then Esmeralda Lopez alleged Chavez coerced her in with his influence. And then the last one is Cynthia Bell, mother of Esmeralda, who accused Chavez of making sexual advances.
Wow.
Hey man, and people, and this too, you got to remember, like people, like I said about the distorted mentality, people are addicted to trauma bonding, right? So you're gonna have people. I'm pretty sure, like forgive me, Lord, but I'm pretty sure you'll have a bunch of women pop up only because it's probably gonna like release endorphins to like speak on her experience. Oh, my experience. Oh, I have an experience with R2, and I got this experience. Or let's all get together and let's all like, you know, man, brother. I think it's all vanity, brother. Like the Bible says that there's nothing new under the sun. That what was is, and what is was. Some people even find like some people, man. There's vanity even in like in expressing your story, your testimony. Sometimes, man, like sometimes even having a voice and speaking is vanity, brother, because now what it does is it puffs you up. It puts a spotlight on you. You know, so maybe this was maybe this was a cry for attention from Dolores Huerta to regain some type of relevance, because maybe she was losing it, brother. Who knows, man? Hey, but God bless you, gentlemen.
Hey, thank you for calling in, bro.
Appreciate you.
All right, brother. All right. Saludos. All right.
Hey, there's a 707 number calling. Yeah.
Yes.
If you call it.
And I would want to hear a woman's point of view from this, because caller, you're on the Marvelous Mind Show. Your name and where you calling from tonight?
I'm out here in Sonoma County.
Hi, how you doing? The Civil Rights 707, right?
Yes, sir.
How are you? My name is Daniel. This is my co-host right here, NORBEEZ, behind the scenes, and I wanted to get your viewpoint. You know, I had seen a video that you put up, and you had some interesting things to say about everything that's going on.
For sure. Thank you for inquiring. Thank you for reaching out. And for me, as an independent journalist, I cannot speak to this situation firsthand. And I think a lot of people are trying to get to the root of what the truth is. And so I'm driven in my research by my faith. I am a follower of Christ. And so this situation has been concerning to me, because if we're lying in one area, we may be lying in another. And there's been omissions in the media that cause me to question things, particularly the Dolores Huerta Foundation was sued in the end of September 2025 by a former employee, Ruth Sanchez, who ran the resources department. And so she is claiming a multitude of factors, including a $95,000 grant that was misappropriated. They gave monies for canvassing, government taxpayer funded contract, and they ended up bringing on volunteers. So she's saying that the funds did not go to the place they were supposed to. She's also claiming working over 60 hours a week and not getting proper meal breaks. And I did publish the full lawsuit in my Substack, which can be found in my Instagram bio. But because that lawsuit was omitted from all of the media until I published it, and now it's gone pretty trendy nationwide, people are asking, are those two factors related? Because you cannot misappropriate grant funds, especially taxpayer-funded grants, in that way at all. So I don't know what type of financial hardship. I believe it's her daughters that run the organization, if they're potentially facing financial hardship. But I think we need more transparency around that lawsuit.
Facts.
Oh.
And I want to ask you, so it's come to light that not only this woman, you know, who has had children from him and brother, but now there's or there was other women, or still is other women that have made accusations. I want to ask that question, but also I want to ask, what do you think would be the agenda here, or is there an agenda? Is it a political move? is it for financial gain for all of them, you think? Could there be, I mean, I'm sure he's gone now, so obviously who would they be able to sue if they were trying to get any money out of it? And does the family, if you know or don't know, do they get any money off of anything that was done in the past with this movement?
Sure, those are all really good questions. I'm going to make sure I try to remember all of them. And so, with other victims potentially coming forward, it's not that I don't believe the allegation. At the end of the day, there's not really any way that I personally will be able to confirm the validity of the allegations other than what I've read and heard from other parties. But I'm just concerned with the timing. So ultimately, I'm trying to get answers through other avenues and get answers to the actual allegations about the sexual abuse after the fact, because it's concerning to me that I'm in contact with individuals down in Southern California, throughout the state, that are questioning why signs and different symbols are being removed regarding Cesar Chavez immediately when we don't have confirmation that anything is valid. And so I work very closely advocating for women and children who are victims of sexual abuse, but I also speak to a lot of men who have been wrongly accused. So it's finding that fine balance, but it's really difficult being that this man is no longer alive to testify for himself. So that's where I stand regarding the allegations, but I definitely believe that they could be true. It's just the timing's concerning for me is the main issue. And regarding are there ulterior motives, is this politically driven? I do believe it is politically driven because I've been connected to the foundation as far as investigating for quite some time. I'm the former executive assistant to the board and superintendent at Santa Rosa City Schools District, which is the largest district in Sonoma County. So I was forced out as a protected whistleblower. And at that time, one of our school board trustees, essentially my boss that directs the superintendent, was Alegria de la Cruz. So Alegria was on the Dolores Huerta board for the foundation for several years, most recently the director of government affairs, and she and I did not see eye to eye. I love everyone personally, but it's her motives are driven by greed, and she's not actually there. She's half white and half Latina, but she sells out her own people, and they trust her. And she got run out of Salinas because she sold out the farm workers there when she was working to represent the agricultural board. She went against the best interests of them. And then when she came to Sonoma County, she worked as deputy counsel to the board of supervisors as well as our equity officer. And she actually implemented and recommended the agricultural verification path, which was supported by the foundation. They were supportive of the new farm worker policies, which means that when we evacuate during fires, the farm workers are still working and inhaling the smoke, which is very dangerous and not okay for their well-being. So being that Dolores is connected to women that have done some atrocious things to their own people, I have to question the motives, because Alegria was the face of the foundation, and she's an elder woman. She's lived a rough life, Dolores has, but I don't know that she's privy to the way her name has been used in these grant applications and what have you. So I do feel that there are decisions being made on her behalf, and her name is being utilized in a way that she may have not even authorized. So that's kind of the side of it that I see as well.
Wow. That would show a lot. That's a lot of information to.
And
Now-
people don't know this, bro.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of stuff that's being put out just bashing. But like I said, there's always some type of goal. There's an agenda. There's a woman's not gonna come out how many years later and just say something just because.
Right now that we have her on the line, I would like to ask her the question. Now, do you believe that it would be hard for a 13, 14-year-old girl to be believed that she was violated around those days when it occurred?
For sure. Still, No, I don't think that's changed. I think that, I mean, I'm a very big advocate for people who have nobody to go to. And that's the problem is there's a lot of generational trauma, and it's just something that you don't speak on.
Okay. Wow.
Well, I appreciate your call. Is there anything anything else you would like to add to? I mean, thank you for all your information. I really
Definitely,
appreciate you calling
definitely.
in. But is there anything that you would like to say to the public, or?
Well, I just hope that everybody gets answers. I think this is a really difficult situation nationwide for us to navigate because it's questionable, but it's also a very sensitive issue. And people are saying all kinds of different opinions right now, and there's a lot of polarity. So I think I do truly believe that these issues, when they become mainstream media, like Malcolm X, I follow Malcolm X, right? And he said the truth that we'll never get the truth in the media. They'll make the oppressed look like the ones that are doing the oppressing and vice versa. So with this narrative, honestly, I think that they saw a split in voting last election season between Latinos voting conservative and Democratic, and they're trying to create further division. They're creating division in every group because they're gaining control. And by the way the government is moving so quickly to replace anything with Cesar Chavez, I believe that it is to control the Latino community in the way that they want. And I don't know what that looks like yet, but it's just all about politics, and it's about having puppets and forcing people into their way of thinking, but making them think that that's what they wanted, that that's what they advocated for. And that's what I see every day.
Facts.
Well,
Yeah.
let me ask you: would you choose a leader to be a representation for our people?
What do you mean?
Would you choose somebody that you know of as somebody that should be uplifted in the same manner that he was or that she was? Is there somebody out there that you would say she would qualify to be looked up as they are?
Oh, like the equivalent?
Yes.
In whose position?
Cesar Chavez
like
and
Dolores?
Dolores Huerta, both of them.
Well, I mean, how much
No.
of a? I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. How much of a representative was she? I mean, she had kids from him, and she was there at.
Well, no, I'm
the
saying
stuff.
like the way she says schools named after him and stuff
Okay,
like
but
that.
you said her.
Well, both, because I'm pretty sure she has something named after her also.
I know, but for what?
But well, for being a leader in their community.
Okay, I never heard of her, bro, until now. Oh,
Really?
yeah, I've never.
I'm glad you said it, not me.
No, I did say I never heard of her as I'm saying that as being a force to be reckoned with. You know what I mean? Like in that sense, as in a person that's gonna be out there in the fight. Yeah, I mean you're right there, and you might have kids from the person, but are you out there like on the daily on the grind? And I never heard of her like being like that. You know.
But anyway, aside from that, go ahead.
There is a gentleman I'm going to be doing. We've just been swamped. He's down in LA today. We're going to be doing a live interview, but his name is Johnny Itliong. He was the son of Larry Itliong, who co-founded the UFW. He was the representative for the Filipinos alongside Chavez. So I'm very curious to hear his family's perspective because I haven't really heard much about them at all.
Okay. All right. That's good to hear.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you. Do you want to let people know where they could find you? And I mean, I'm sure you're going to get a lot of questions or messages after you give if you want to give your Instagram or any information about yourself, feel free to do so.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys. You can find me on Instagram. It's probably the easiest place. It's civil_rights707. Send me a message. I don't respond right away. It's because I'm overwhelmed every day, but I'm going to try to respond to the people I'm able. I'm going to prioritize as best as I can, but God bless you guys, and I very much appreciate your time in this conversation.
Hey, you too. Thank you so much. We send our respects too, okay? Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
I'm glad we got her call because
That was a lot of information she has,
yeah,
huh?
she had a lot of information.
cool.
And then she gave us a female perspective also
Oh yeah,
as
heck
far
yeah.
as this whole situation. Okay, guys, the lines are open. Never mind. Caller, you're on the Marvelous Mind Show tonight. Please make sure you're not on Bluetooth or speakerphone and your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Jose. I'm calling out the city of Compton.
Shout out to Compton.
Gracias. Yeah, like all the Cesar Chavez stuff going on, man, all political. But why are we talking about somebody that's already dead, you know? Like why we're not talking about like Trump, Biden, you know, like somebody that's alive, you know?
Exactly. That's how. Do you feel like it's another distraction, homie? Like to take away the eye off them and then put it on Raza? We just had the whole immigration thing with ICE over here, and now the focus goes to. Go ahead, bro. My bad.
Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead, homie.
Not sorry to interrupt you. Yeah, man, you're right. You know, all about ICE and all that, bro. It's just another way to trigger us, you know?
Mm-hmm.
To put us down.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's just crazy, man. Like how the world works, you know?
Yeah.
And look how many kids are missing.
That point. That's a good point. They never talk about that.
Yeah,
I'm sure that didn't make
the
that magazine that came out with this.
A newspaper.
The newspaper.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. You know, let's just let the brother rest. You know, he's already dead, bro. And then you know, like his wife or ex-wife, whatever, you know, wants to come out here, bro. She's just mad that she's not getting no money no more, you know? All that came to an end, bro. I was watching Rojo Vivo, the news. I don't know if y'all know about that. But yeah, bro, like they put it on blast too, you know?
Yeah.
It's all about money, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, from what the last caller said, apparently her and her daughters are making some kind of money.
Yeah.
Not in the good way.
Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. I appreciate.
Look, all right, look.
No, go ahead.
Like, to story short, right? Same thing with Chalino, right? I don't know if you heard about like that situation with Chalino's daughter when Jimmy Almeida tried to use Chalino's image.
Oh yeah, that was a funny situation. Go ahead. Can you please give the background to it?
Yeah, you know, this is a name, bro. You know, the name means a lot.
The image too, the name and the image.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny too, because Jimmy Almeida, he's a kind of guy that says, "Hey, you need to be original. You need to come up with your own things." And here he is using Chalino Sanchez's image and name for him to make money. And the daughter got wind of it and sued him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I mean she won.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate your call, homie. Thank you for calling in, bro, and giving us your input.
All right, that's maravilloso. You have a good one.
Hey, you too, homie.
Appreciate
you too. You know what? But either way, NORBEEZ, this is a very touchy subject, homie.
It is.
You know, and if there's multiple, women saying that, it kind of makes you question that. But then again, I think. Oh, go ahead, bro. Take that call. That's more important.
Caller, you're on the Marvelous Mind Show tonight. Please make sure you're not on Bluetooth or speakerphone. Your name and where you calling from.
Hey, what's up, man? My name's Chris, bro. I'm calling from Utah.
That's right. Shout out to Utah.
What up, Chris?
Hell yeah. What's up, bro? Hey, I had a question, man. Do you feel like everything is just like sort of just scripted and like, we're all pawns in the kind of game where, they kind of just make moves and stuff like that just to see what the people will do, type shit, and kind of make it feel like we got the power and control, but in reality, it's really not like that.
That's
exactly. Just want to see where everybody's at.
That's exactly what I feel. I feel like the Chavez situation, right? Whether he did have feel that he had good intentions or not, they want to weed out the resistance, bro. Like they want to, they'll let you create a movement.
That's what I'm getting at. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll even endorse certain movements. They'll give you fundings because they want to see all the ones that are gonna be the biggest resistance, homie. Because they don't want you to move up, bro. They don't want you to move up unless you're right there shining their boots. Unless you're agreeing with all those little rainbow agendas that they got going on. homie, and then until they finally catch you on film and they blackmail you, dog, and they make you just sell out. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens. And
you sell out, or they burn you. Yeah.
Yeah, and our people keep doing it, homie. They fall for the okie doke all the time. You know, and it comes in every industry, the music industry, the movie industry. You know, it comes.
Isn't it kind of sad though to see, bro? Like honestly, just with like they took chains off of us only to bound ourselves with chains again. You know what I mean? Just with different, you know what I mean, gold chains and stuff like that.
Yeah. And it sucks now even more so. Like back in the day, homie, we used to have to turn on the television and we'd watch a sitcom. We'd watch a movie. You know what I'm saying? And those were your stars. But what they seen, and it's all psychological. It's all psychological warfare.
For sure.
They gave everybody a platform. Bam. They gave everybody a Facebook, a MySpace, a TikTok, all these social medias, and they let you be the superstar and waste your time idolizing yourself and building and creating a following and seeing who's what, creating algorithms, listening to certain words that you use, picking up keywords and putting they put a whole menu together, homie, of the type of person you are. Your all your mañas, homie, all what you're capable of, your combatancy, your favorite food. They know that. They know your conversations, homie. They know where you're at, you know, sexually in life. They know where you're at. If you're a substance abuser, they know what you're capable of doing, and they could entice you in those ways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. 100%. Yeah. I feel like that's true. I feel like once you moved out of play, or you know some stuff, or whatever the case may be, that's what it is. They hit you with that stuff.
Yeah. I appreciate your call, bro. Thank you for calling in, homie.
All right, bro. Appreciate it, bro.
You have a good night.
Have a good night.
Yeah, bro. It's I don't know. You know. Well, let me ask you, Marvelous. Do you with this news coming out? Do you see your people in a lower standard now?
What do you mean, my people?
As far as raza.
Aren't they your people?
As far as raza.
Aren't they your people?
Well, you know what I'm saying, because you're saying that this is meant to cause a division amongst us.
Yeah, bro. It's causing a division, homie, because you got a separation between the younger generation. Go take that call first. My bad. I want to hear what everybody else has to say.
Caller, you're on Marvelous Mind Show tonight. Please make sure you're not on speakerphone with Bluetooth, your name, and where are you calling from tonight? Caller? Still there? Hey, man,
take another one. It's all right. Anyways, what I'm saying is that look at the separation between go ahead, take it.
Caller, you're on the Marvelous Mind Show tonight. Please make sure you're not on Bluetooth or speakerphone, your name and where you're calling from.
This is Cisco from Northern California.
What's up, Cisco? Welcome in, homie.
I wanted to just put my 2 cents in. I'll give you a little background. I got 31 years. I'm a union worker. I do produce, and I've gotten to know a couple of people. Well, like 5 years ago, I met these older couple. They always come in. They caught my attention because they're older, you know, and they're tall, and they're retired teachers. Where it turns out they're retired teachers from Delano. And I would talk to them, obviously, about produce, and we started talking about Cesar Chavez. Well, he once told me, this is before all this stuff that's been coming out, he told me Dolores was a failed whore. She slept with a lot of men, you know. So I know we're blaming everything on Cesar Chavez, but also, too, we got to look at her background. You know what I mean? Because it always takes two to tango. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to share that perspective of it. You know what I mean? And these people, they're seniors, they're in their late 80s. You know, they come in the store and shop, and, you know, they had nothing to lie about that. And this is before all the stuff that's come out. So the only thing I say is this, man, as a union member myself, it's sad because we don't have a lot of our people representing us. Cesar Chavez, I you know, there's a lot of things that we disagree with them. And you're right, he probably shouldn't have been the face of our people. But it's sad that we're destroying something that, you know, the positivities that we did do things to help the migrant workers and stuff like that. So in that perspective, it's kind of sad. We don't have too much to look at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
And as far as I know, a lot of you guys don't understand about the union. I know he said some bad language about our people, but myself, I was in I experienced going on strike, and unfortunately, it's not about color. But anytime when you go on strike, brother, and anybody that threatens your job, because see, a strike is to prove a point, to show the power of the people, what they mean towards the work they get done. So when somebody comes in and tries to take your job while you're on strike, well, those are scabs. And that's basically what was going on in the 60s. When these guys were going on strike to prove a point, well, these farmers are going back south and getting our people to come in and take our jobs. There wasn't necessarily, hey, man, mouthing them, but they're a threat to the point into our jobs. But again, there's the other part. Those poor people are just coming to come work. They don't know the politics behind what's going on as far as the whole trying to make a point.
Exactly.
So there's two. I mean, it takes two to tango. Dolores, like you said, you got to check her background, because this is a dead man. He can't speak for himself. There's got to be a reason for everything, but it always takes two to tango, man. If somebody was doing something wrong, everybody was doing it wrong. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's why I look at it.
Okay.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for calling in.
Now, let me ask you a question. Now that your union has been tainted this way because of this whole thing, would you be in favor in changing the name and the look of the union?
Well, their union's different. Ours is a grocery business.
Okay, all right. Okay. I thought you were part of their union.
So yeah, so no, I am a union worker though.
Would you suggest that that might be an option for them? Would you say that would?
Most definitely. You have to bring it back to the people. But I think, like you said, some people were thrown out there to, let her take over the name and all that stuff. I wouldn't let her take over, and not because she's a female. It's just because I said she's got some stuff on the background. And then you guys were talking about as far as who reported first. I think it was a young lady that reported first to New York Times their story. Then she came back and she brought her stuff out. She's never brought out the story until these young girls brought it out. So what's up with that? You know what I mean? That's a big question in itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's the difference. That there were little girls, and she was 30 when this happened.
Yeah, and if, like you guys were talking about, if a lot of people knew this was going on, shame on them too, man. You know what I mean? For not speaking up for those young ladies. You know what I mean? Or young girls. I'm sorry. So I don't know. That's just my peace of mind, and I wanted to share that story with these retired teachers. That's what I heard from them, and this is even prior to this, man. This guy said that, and it just caught my attention, and just kind of listening to everybody, talk about it. I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, hey, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. My respects to you up north, bro. Thank you.
For sure.
Orale.
Ooh.
Got some good callers tonight.
Yeah, that's I didn't expect that one too. The old senior teachers, retired teachers. Hey.
I mean, for them to say that before anything had happened, Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's a political thing. I think that I don't know. That's what I think, bro. Go ahead. Or is it private?
No.
Then
I think it's international.
Oh, then don't take it then. If it's I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Take it then.
Caller, you're on the Marvelous Mind Show tonight. Please make sure you're not on Bluetooth or speakerphone, and your name and where you're calling from tonight.
Hey, it's TC the G. What's going on, RB?
Hey, TC. It is international.
International. That shouldn't be an international call.
Yeah.
Hell no. This is Mexico. What are you talking about?
Oh, sorry.
Get it right, Norbeez.
Let me tell the telephone lines. Get
it right. How you doing, TC? Don't tell me. No, you better call her back.
Oh, this was the first one. This actually gave me a red bar.
Call her back, red bar.
Hey.
Man, Norbeez. All hyped up. Got all hyped up for nothing, Norbeez. Get it together, man. Get it together.
Okay.
We're calling you back, TC. The G. I appreciate all you guys in the chat.
Is that you, TC?
Hey guys, hey, buenas noches guys. How you guys doing? How was your day?
Good, good. We were just here. I mean, talking about this issue right here.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
What was the question about the issue, guys? I mean, is there a question for the show? Like,
I mean, the whole topic was the whole scandal of Cesar Chavez with Dolores Huerta and the other 4 victims.
Let me ask you like this, TC, if you don't mind, since NORBEEZ doesn't know how to interview.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so I wanted to get your viewpoint because you're obviously in Mexico, and there's already a divide between Mexicanos and Chicanos, right? And do Mexicanos even care about Cesar Chavez and the movement or what he had to say or what he did over here? Do they consider it a disrespect on what he did? I do. And you know, calling Mexicanos what he did and just using derogatory words towards raza, which I feel he should have never did. And becoming a face of a movement, you know, that was supposed to be for everybody, but he became the face of it, and it is what it is. And now these allegations, do Mexicanos in Mexico, do you feel even care? And then you as a woman, the second question is, how do you feel about just everything in general going on? You know what I mean?
Yes, I really agree with what you were saying, Marvelous. You were saying that that he had a view like separation, right? Like he saw Mexicans and he saw Mexican Americans. To him, there was a big difference.
Yeah.
So, or American, whatever he considered them, right? But overall, he did see like that separation. I think like what you were saying, if he saw the unity between like all of us, he wouldn't have those kind of thoughts to begin with, you know? He would be more like accepting of the other part of us, you know? Like I understand, it's American, it's Mexican American, and you know, and of course it's about the farmers or whatever. But I think to answer the other part of your question, Mexicans don't really here in Mexico. They don't really care about that movement whatsoever. Like I've been here for years, you know, and we don't really celebrate something like that. Like Cesar Chavez Day, there's no day over here like that.
Right.
Maybe in college, you know, maybe I don't know. Maybe there's other places where they know about it, but generally, like in the regular population, no, it's not. He's not like that. He's not like very, very well known.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. And then the other thing was, how do you feel about? I mean, I don't know if you've been paying attention to anything that's going on or what this woman has been saying, but how true do you feel it is? Do you feel it's true? Do you feel it's a political thing? Do you feel like maybe they feel some type of guilt? Or and I'm asking as a viewpoint from a woman. You know, you're a woman, and obviously women think different than us. So what do you think about it, if you don't mind?
I think sometimes we try to simplify things, especially like those types of like scenarios and things, you know, but it's not that simple. I think sometimes, you know, there's other things at play than just like whether, you know, I think power, sometimes some people are scared to speak up right when it's happening, you know. Not everybody is courageous like that. You know, some people are really scared. And I can talk from experience because when I was little and I went through my abuse, I didn't speak up. It wasn't something that I guess I was courageous enough to do, maybe because, you know, my family and my mom, and she was, you know, whatever they say in psychology, that I needed my mom, so I didn't really like, you know, I kind of accepted it, whatever was happening, you know, and sometimes, you know, it's not as easy as just saying, I'm going to speak up, you know, and you can take, for example, like, what about those ladies que les meten una chinga, you know, like those ladies that have like a husband and like people from down south, you know, like people that get like domestic violence, right? Like they can have children with these guys and like they can do like those type of things and still continue like, you know, being with them, you know? So I think it's kind of complex, but I do, you know what I do think though? I do think there is some kind of like masochism kind of like factor in there, you know, like in reality, like who wants to stay during those times? You know, like you either have like some kind of like kink or like some kind of like other shit going on, you know what I mean, in your mind to like really stay through that all that and continue. But that's another conversation, you know. But overall, I think like that movement, it's great. It's amazing. You know, all the farmers, that's amazing. But like Cesar Chavez, unfortunately, you know, he's not like perfect like any of them, you know. So he shouldn't really be like glorified anyway, you know, like that. Like it, I think like that glorification is more like something that like a celebrity type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the times our regular heroes are not even like in books. You know what I mean? Like everyday heroes. But
facts.
I think there's like a bigger unity going on, like in the farmers. Like the movement is bigger than Cesar Chavez, you know. And like you said, they might be using this to like try to like separate us, right? Like start creating like, oh, us against them kind of thing. I really kind of like believe like what you're saying about that, you know. And also like all of the black like figures are like their heroes are like falling, you know. And Mexicans, like, I really like think like Mexicans are up next to being the next brainwashed, like kind of like race, you know, like the blacks are, I mean, respectfully, you know, like they pretty much like view the world in that way, you know, like TV and like they haven't gone like the Mexicans all the way, and I think that we're next up like that in every way, you know.
Yeah.
Am I talking too much, guys? I'm sorry.
No.
That's
Yeah, we want your input, TC. We appreciate you.
Definitely.
Yeah, thank you for calling in, TC. We appreciate you. Can you let people know where they could hear your episodes?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, guys. Yeah, you can find me on Instagram and PC the G. Okay, I gotta go back. But yeah, you guys can find me on Instagram. Thanks, guys. Okay.
Thanks,
All right,
TC.
bye. I'll see you, TC. TC's going at it with their kids over there. Yeah. So I mean, that was a good phone call.
Most definitely.
All right, we got time for some more calls. You guys want to call in and let us know what you guys think about everything, you know?
Mhm.
It don't necessarily have to be about Cesar Chavez either. You don't want it to. You know?
I mean, it could be how you would prefer me to be the face of the movement.
Your face is too big. Stop.
Caller,
you look like
you're on the Marvelous Mind Show tonight. Please make sure you're not Bluetooth or speakerphone.
You look like
your
an
name and where you're
Olmec.
calling from.
Yeah, what's up? This is P, and I'm calling from Modesto.
Welcome in, P.
Shout out, Modesto.
So I caught the show late.
Oh man, you better call him back.
Because he said he got the show late. That's all it took. As soon as they heard him say that.
Hurry, it's your big Olmec head that's blocking the frequency.
Oh,
homie.
I got
Call him back. Call him back. NORBEEZ, you're funny, man. Where'd you come from? How did I meet you, man?
Caller, you're on the Marvelous Mind Show tonight. Please make sure you're not on Bluetooth or speakerphone.
Come on, NORBEEZ.
I know.
Come on, man. That was me.
Oh,
Hey, you dropped me, but I called back.
I hear you more clear now. So now I know you took it off speakerphone.
No. Yeah, I'm on speakerphone. Is that okay, or should I do normal?
No. Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I don't got no Bluetooth or nothing, but okay, so cool. So yeah, like I said, I'm calling from Modesto. Yeah, check this out. I could give some good feedback on this. So just today in the city of Modesto, they had this like an open town hall, and it was open to the public. They could come in and talk like, okay, we're going to change the name. There's a park. It's called Cesar Chavez Park, and they're trying to change the name, but it's a process. I made it in there, and it opened up at 3:30, and I got there 30 minutes late. By the time I set foot in there, it was done.
Damn.
But I still got to talk to some of the city officials because they were still there, and I talked to some of the people that were there. There wasn't that many people, but so real quick, it's a process that they're opening to the public, right? The process that may be happening in San Fernando and San Francisco, Arizona, all that, it may be different. Who knows? But to everybody, you guys, you Marv and NORBEEZ, or anyone in the audience, whatever you think it should be changed or not, the biggest thing that you need to do is be involved at a local level, because there's a very simple saying: think globally but act locally. We cannot make a mass change for the whole damn country without starting at a local level first. So I'll just say that, regardless of what you think or believe ought to be the name change or not. Now, me personally, about Cesar Chavez being guilty or not, I'm going to put that to the side and say whether he's guilty or not, the reaction, the consequences, the news story that broke from the New York Times was 48 hours. Apenas 48 hours, and there was already city and state officials essentially canceling Cesar Chavez. It was quick.
Imagine, bro, that what you just said right now, what you just said, it took him so long to build that legacy, right? Even after his passing, to build this movement, this legacy, this idea in a Chicano's head, and it took 48 hours to destroy it. You know what I'm saying?
It's in the process of, let's just use the word destroying, right? It's in the process of that happening. But the difference can really be you, the person who's listening, and if you feel some type of way about it, whether pro or con, you are that difference that can act on a local level. Just like how today I went to that Modesto ship. It's a process. They're going to have another meeting and I'll be there. And I'll voice my 2 cents. And if anybody thinks, I'm going to just share what I think, because, maybe someone will agree, but basically, if they have to change the name, again, regardless of let's put aside if guilty or not guilty, if they have to change the name, then I'd say, all right, fuck it, let's change the name to Si Se Puede Park. That way you remove the individual, but you maintain the movement itself, and more importantly, you will still keep it the strong association to the movement that inspired the very name change in the beginning. So that way it doesn't get erased, but you just separate the individual with accusations, if we even go down the route of changing the name at all.
Right.
So, but because it's in the city of Modesto, and well, I kind of fancy myself. I'm not a stupid guy. I think I'm a little smart. I got some college under me, and whatever. But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So I did some research, and there's all kinds of arguments that one can make. But keeping it at the local level in Modesto, well, they have streets here named north and south of Jefferson. And by now, I think a lot of people have read maybe the comment sections that, Thomas Jefferson, ex-president Thomas Jefferson, he had 6 children from one of his slaves.
Yeah. Oh, I can name so many.
How can that be consensual when you have that power dynamic, right? Yeah. How can a slave consent to having sex, right, and birthing 6 children? Right. So I'm using that comparison because I think it's a good apples to apples comparison of the accusation that Cesar Chavez has right now.
Yeah.
So in this meeting, I'm going to tell them my idea for the name change to be Si Se Puede Park, and I'm going to come up with another name for the Jefferson Street, because if we're in the spirit now of changing names and correcting history, well, let's make it across the board, because of course as a Mexican descent, my emotion is going to say there's a bias here that you guys are very easily and quickly canceling this fool. Cesar Chavez, 48 hours of the news breaking from, mind you, not a criminal court, not a judicial court, but an independent news organization, the New York Times, which has had controversial falsehoods printed in the past, right? So, I wanted to say this fool, Thomas Jefferson, DNA evidence supported his, his offspring being Morenos.
Yeah.
DNA evidence proved that in the 90s. So that's more than fucking 48 hours, and his name's still on the street.
Yeah. You could look at a lot of the presidents. Look at Washington. You want to remove Washington? I mean, go for it, bro. My bad.
No, I'm sorry to cut you off. It's
okay.
just that Washington, there isn't any official. That's the key word there. Official. There isn't any official documentation proving any other presidents have had, children with their slaves like that. There's rumors with Washington, but with Jefferson, there's DNA evidence.
and that cannot be you cannot, you can't disregard that.
No.
So it's with San Francisco, by the way, I bring up San Francisco because they immediately were one of the first cities to announce the consideration of renaming a street they got out there called Cesar Chavez Street. But the reason why I bring them up is that anyone that's out there in that area of San Francisco, we can look at, what about Harvey Milk Plaza in Castro District? And if you don't know, the city, obviously, Castro District is a district within San Francisco. It's where like the home base of the LGBTQ community is, where they're all concentrated at. And so they have a plaza that's named after Harvey Milk. This individual, Harvey Milk, he was a good, strong political activist that pushed for gay people's rights. And this guy, when in his 30s, he was like 35 or something, and one of his lovers was a young 16, 17-year-old boy. That's a child. That's also by definition rape, right? Statutory rape or whatever you want to call it. But my point in bringing that up is that if, okay, San Francisco, you're about to change, you're about to erase Cesar Chavez, well, let's get rid of Harvey Milk then. Because this is, again, apples to apples comparison. Some people in the internet will bring up MLK. I have myself, but I don't think that MLK is a apples to apples comparison. MLK, Martin Luther King Jr., that is, he had extramarital affairs as a preacher, but that's not apples to apples in the sexual abuse category.
Right.
You can say I would say it is a fruit to fruit comparison, meaning they're in the umbrella of sexual deviancy, but not, sexual abuse.
Yeah.
So I think that, because some people mention that, but I don't think that's a good comparison. You got to go with actual documented evidence, like Jefferson. You have DNA evidence. Harvey Milk. Everybody knew about that relationship.
Yeah.
And anybody that wants to be involved, go at the local level and speak your voice.
Yeah.
Who cares if you're the only one there? Speak your voice. Have some supporting evidence to back it up. And if in your city there are other monuments, statues, or plazas that are named after individuals that where everybody knows they have a dark past, we'll bring a suggestion to change that shit too. Because us as fucking Latinos and specifically Mexicans, you need to speak your voice, not with permission, but with assertion.
Yeah, well,
I agree.
I mean,
and you know what? Hey, I know I've been going on for a minute, but if I may, I think that maybe you guys have like a sentiment that Cesar Chavez was racist against Mexicans. Is that right?
I think it's prejudice towards Mexicans.
Okay, what's the difference? Prejudice and racist.
Yeah, what's the difference, NORBEEZ?
I think because his prejudice is more like he is technically one of us, but
he literally like
I mean that's what
is making statements as if he's another whole ethnicity, homie.
Yeah, like prejudice.
Okay, go ahead, bro. My bad.
You guys feel that way, that he's prejudiced against Mexicans, Cesar Chavez?
Yeah, I mean the fact that he did the border patrol thing.
You know what?
Just to
I'm gonna say it like this. I'll say it like this, bro. So NORBEEZ will say he's prejudiced. I feel that he was just ignorant. I feel like he was ignorant in the statements that he was making and not knowing his ethnicity and where he comes from. And I'm saying this in my opinion, because I don't consider us separate from Mexico. I still consider this a chosen land, bro. And I don't believe in this border that has divided us and this mindset that has divided us.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think that Cesar Chavez is racist. And then I'm a little confused about you guys' definition that you're using for prejudice.
Oh, NORBEEZ said that.
I just prejudice. I said prejudice. Prejudice.
No, but give us.
You want the actual definition of prejudice is a premature or often negative judgment or attitude towards individuals or groups formed without sufficient knowledge, usually based on stereotypes regarding race, gender, religion, or age.
Oh, you just read a dictionary definition?
Yeah,
I just read that one.
Norbeez reads definition.
I don't know.
No, that's cool.
You didn't know what the actual word meant, so I'm just gonna read it to you.
He went to college, Norbeez. He went to college.
Huh?
Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
Well, prejudice is like, that's cool. No, that's what one ought to do is look it up, the definition of something. Or if it's in terms of law, then you look up the law book definition, because that's like a whole separate language. Or if you're talking about medical terminology, then they have their own definitions for things. So that's what one ought to do. But as we're discussing, when you have a group of any people discussing something, you got to come to like a mutual understanding of your concepts and definitions and stuff like that. But I guess long story short, bro, I disagree. That dude was not racist, nor would I say prejudice. And I think it's a little bit like, if today we want to apply judgment on someone in the past, I think there's like a term for that.
Yeah.
Where you're applying, you're being like, I don't know, bro, but you're applying standards of morality today to something like fucking 50, 70 years ago.
Yeah.
Besides, what did he do? He used the word wetback in an interview.
And he also and he hunted us down when he did his border patrols.
Hunted what? Like hunted with guns?
Anybody that he saw crossing the border, he would report them to the police.
I was unaware of that, but do you understand the actual U.S.? And I'm not a big ass Cesar Chavez guy. Mm. they've never even talked about that dude when I was in school. Mm-hmm. But do you understand, NORBEEZ, what the UFW did and what the contrast was between him having better wages and stopping exploitative behavior for the farm workers, and then how the growers of the owners, right, the growers, how they responded by making a deal with Mexico and bringing in the braceros to deliberately break their strike, basically be scab workers? Yeah. Do you understand that dynamic within?
Yeah, and then you know what?
Labor?
That's probably what, like the fourth time that's happened where the U.S. has done that. That wouldn't be considered Correct. Like the one and only time that's ever happened where the U.S. made deals with Mexico to bring in Mexicans to fill in the gaps of the labor.
Well, it wasn't to fill in the gaps against Cesar Chavez at that time.
I'm not saying that one specifically, but other times, like during.
Sure, but we're talking about Cesar Chavez being a prejudiced or racist, right? Mm-hmm. And you're bringing up examples of why he's against essentially immigration. He logically he has to be against immigration crossing the picket line from the field workers. Mm.
Okay,
there's no way around it.
Let's ask this then, bro. Let's ask this. Say he didn't get involved in any farm worker stuff. Say he didn't do nothing like that, right? Say he worked at a local grocery store, or he was a carpenter or whatever, and he didn't get involved in any movement. Would he still have the same mindset and believing that a Mexicano is a wetback?
I don't know. We wouldn't be talking about him today, but with that mindset, I mean, in the 60s, I mean, that word is not. It wasn't like diabolical, like how we're looking at it even today. And
I
even
think many of us today, we don't look at it like that.
Yeah,
I think to Marvin's grandfather probably would be.
Yeah, back then, and it's just it's how you're raised. It's how much oral history do you know? How much? Who raised you? Has your grandpa? And I'm not asking you specifically, but do you have oral traditions from your grandparents? Do you hear about their migration? Do you hear about them living here before there was a border and then be shipped out? Were you raised in that household? There's Mexicanos that don't realize they're Mexicanos today. They don't know any of that struggle. They're whitewashed, sorry to say. They have an institutionalized mindset. They have an indoctrinated mindset. And they believe everything media tells them, and they assimilate and they go along with the program, bro. And me being raised by older grandparents, you know, I got to hear all these stories of struggle. I got to hear that these are still our people. I got to hear of all the derogatory words that they were called. You know, us living in
But
poverty.
check it out.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt you, but somebody could make that same argument about the three of us when we say the word paisa,
Okay.
when we don't mean it like that.
Right. And that's the same thing, homie. You got podcasters that argue that too, and they call, like, cholos call Mexicanos, oh, that's a paisano, that's a paisa, you know, and it's the ignorance of it. It's the ignorance of not knowing that word. It's the ignorance and the separation of using that word, and it creating a separation between us and our people. We're still the same thing. It's the same thing as you using the word Latino and somebody else using the word Hispanic. These are divisive words, you know, that separate. They cause congestion, inflammation in the communities, and they're able to separate us like that. They're able to divide us. They're able to see who's the resistance, and they're able to cherry pick, homie, and accomplish their goals, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, things could have been done a lot different, but you know, as far as you know,
what?
I gotta assume you kind of have to hate a certain amount. You kind of have to hate a person for you to beat them up. There's got to be some hatred behind it.
No,
You don't know them. You never met them.
That's not-
You just see them crossing the border, and it tells you, I gotta beat this person up.
No, but that's not hate for that person. You could have pain inside yourself. You could hate yourself,
Yeah.
and go beat up another person. I could get disrespected by somebody in this house, and I'm gonna go take it on somebody out there in the street. Does that mean I hate that person, or does that mean that I have internal pain, issues,
So you're saying,
trauma?
So you're saying Cesar Chavez and his people had pain.
I'm
That's
saying,
why they beat up
of
a bunch of
course.
people?
I think a lot of Mexicanos, Chicanos, Latinos, Hispanics, whatever you want to call it, I think a lot of us have trauma bonds.
Yeah, and I say that because apparently there are reports.
trauma bond,
There are reports of him and his group going down to the border and finding people crossing and then beating them up.
Well, I mean, yeah, but it's just at the end, it's trauma or ignorance or not knowing who you are, and just not loving yourself and your people, bro, or not knowing enough of your people to love them. You know? Hey, I appreciate your call, bro.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah.
My apologies,
All right,
homie.
for sure.
I
I've been on the
appreciate
phone
you,
for
bro.
hell
My
long.
respect
All right,
always.
órale, pues. Thank you, guys. Hey, thank you.
Oops, we went a little bit too long on that call.
Dang, you took that call forever. Go ahead, Norbeez. Last, or you want to read the super chats?
Oh yeah.
Did you do a poll?
Wait, is that the last call?
Yeah.
All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, that's the last call.
It's 9:57, homeboy.
It's 9:57.
My apologies if you didn't get through.
Yeah. Shout out to Sela Buddha Loco for becoming a member tonight.
I appreciate you, Sela.
Appreciate you. Shout out to St. Cal. He sends Mindz, fellas. Shout out to Sumo Element that says hit the like button, maravillosos.
I appreciate you.
Shout out to Ninja Magic 187 for that super chat. Shout out to 805 Plumbing that says here they already started taking down street signs. I'm guessing in San Diego. Chingadera says let's unite instead divide. Chicano power.
Always.
Hey. With that being said, that is all of them. I mean, okay, so my final thoughts, you know, again, for me personally, I as soon as I found out his history from that time, I already chose not to like him, not to respect him. I do respect the movement that came that was there before him, and that's still there. I respect the movement and what they did for themselves. Do I take it as part of our community? No, I don't take it as part of our community. I don't take it that he made a change for our people.
Right.
He made a change for the workers there, and then but he wasn't the only one that did that. He wasn't the one that made everything happen. There was a lot of people involved in that, and that they deserve the praise for that. But again, I don't believe he did anything as far as for our people as a whole. And I'm glad we talked about this because this is simply one of those subjects that need to be talked about. I'm glad, you know, that we had so many good callers tonight that put their input into all this, and it's unfortunate, you know, and this is the time where a lot of this stuff is getting put out there, with everything that's going on in the world, and you know, this is. I like to think that this is the way it shows how our people react towards things like that. And for the most part, yeah, you know what? Evidence is definitely a factor. Proof is a factor. And there is times where it doesn't get considered and it gets ignored. So definitely one thing that we're something that I'm waiting for is for more facts to come out.
Yeah.
You know, I really do need that because again, like I said earlier, you know, my viewpoint of him wasn't good anyways. I mean, this just makes me just say, well, you know, I'm not too surprised, but does it add to my disdain for him? No, it doesn't really add to my disdain. It was already pretty disdain. But yeah, I'm glad we had this whole talk. Hi, Marvelous.
Appreciate for you having it with me, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Here's what I gotta say. First of all, thank you for everybody that tuned in tonight. Thank you for all the callers. I really appreciate you. My respects to you guys and everybody in the comment that's not goofing around, but actually involved in the conversation. Okay, because that's what matters. First of all, no matter what I was told about Cesar Chavez growing up and his words towards Raza, Mexicanos, and whatever he thought, I think that was just his ignorant mindset of not knowing who he really is or where he really comes from or what a real struggle is, because people with a real struggle wouldn't do that to their own people. They know, and especially for going to the border and doing all that stuff. I didn't even know about all that, till recently.
Yeah.
Now there's two different things here. There's the stuff that he said, right, towards Mexicanos, which is already on a certain level, right, and makes you feel some type of way towards him as an individual. And then there's the allegations of what he has supposedly done, right, to multiple women. And that is a whole nother level, that's way beyond of just talking down on somebody. That's a whole nother level, right? So you got to take everything into consideration and not just voice out of your feelings. Oh, I don't like him, or I already had a disdain for him already. And NORBEEZ made a statement right now. I already didn't like him, and it was already what did you say right now? It was kind of you said something right now, a word that you used right now.
Disdain?
It wasn't
add-on?
No, you said, well, he did that, so like, in other words, that it's believable that he did that. You said, but you used another word.
It was more like
I wouldn't be surprised. That's what you said.
Maybe. I don't know.
Said that.
I don't remember, but
and that's what I want to take. I want to take those words what you said, and no disrespect,
NORBEEZ. I said
NORBEEZ.
that earlier in the show, but
but you said it.
Oh yeah.
But you said it, right? So I want people to really evaluate things, though, bro. And it's you too. A person I could call you a derogatory word right now and disrespect Oaxaca or whatever, homie.
Yeah.
And then somebody else come up forward and accuse you of something, and now just because I don't like you from being Oaxaca, I'm gonna believe that too, that all the people in Oaxaca do this certain deed or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised. NORBEEZ is already like this. You know what I'm saying?
No,
that's a whole nother level.
I don't, and I say this because I'm adding a negative to a negative. You're making a statement of something that doesn't have a negative, and then
what he said was negative, right, towards Mexicanos, right?
Oh yeah.
What he did at the border was a negative, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a certain area already, right there, right?
It's already in negativity.
Okay, then you get into sexual stuff.
More negativity stuff.
Yeah, but it's not just negativity, though, bro. That's a whole different level. That's a whole different level from me going to disrespect a man because of his ethnicity or whatever I believe that he shouldn't be here because of the border, to now violating a woman.
Well, I mean,
that's a different thing, homie.
Wouldn't you say he violated those people that were crossing the borders by beating them up?
Do you?
No, I know what you're saying.
You know what? Hold up. Never mind. I'm not even gonna go. You guys in the comments, Go for it.
I assume these guys
Go
had
for
like
it.
sticks and
I don't think you understand, homie.
No, I know what I know.
Beating a person
I'm
and
just-
violating somebody like that. That's a different level, homie. I don't know. Okay.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying, isn't that a type of violation? Also,
It's not just a type of violation, homie. That's
I'm not saying it's
straight.
the same. I'm not saying it's the same.
I know,
I'm
but you
saying a
can't.
type
That's
of
what I'm saying.
violation.
You can't sit here and say because a person beats somebody up or whatever that you wouldn't be surprised if he did this act now.
Yeah.
You said it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Thank you. Anyways, my bad, NORBEEZ. I just want, you know what I mean? We need to have this discussion, you know? Anyways, man, I'm just saying take a step back, you know, and think about every narrative or any agenda that could come out of this. That's all I'm saying. Don't be so quick to jump on a bandwagon and X somebody out without knowing the full context of everything, you know? It sucks if it did happen. And another thing that makes you question things is that supposedly, I don't know if this is how true this is or not, but the family hasn't disputed any of it. I guess they're agreeing, right?
Yeah. They're like, hey, if that's what you say, then that's what you say. We're not gonna fight it.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this, Mars, before we go.
Go ahead.
Now, let's say you found out. You know what? Never mind.
Oh my God.
No,
right,
you know what? I
anyway.
was gonna ask. Let's say somebody as brown as him did that right now, and went down to the border, and to the deserts, and they found people crossing. And how would you see them right now if they were there beating up people?
They'd be ostracized. That they be, you know, they're a traitor. They're a traitor, homie. How could you turn on your own people?
Yeah,
like that. You know, look at all the ICE agents that are Mexicanos. You know, and they're right there. You know, beating down, pulling weapons on the raza. You know, stuff that they shouldn't be doing, homie. They don't know. They've been brainwashed.
They're gonna be
you
like,
know?
but I'm doing my job.
Yeah, it's just for America. You know, that sucks. Anyways, on the other hand, even though he did push for that whole movement thing, I don't think that any raza or Mexicano should be the face of the movement, of any movement, if the movement is for the people. The people should always be the main objective. Everybody's a face. You're the face of a movement. You're just as involved as in anybody else. You know what I mean? If it's affecting you, if you come from an indigenous heritage or bloodline, you just have to know that you're important. You know. I don't know what else.
Definitely.
I don't know what else to say about this. I feel like everybody that becomes somebody or gets some kind of acknowledgement, whether it be on a news station, a movie, social media, it gets to their head, you know, and they don't remain humble no more. They're not that humble person that you first met. You know, they've lost their moral compass. You know, it's going haywire, and they get selfish. They get greedy. There's just
Power hungry.
Yeah, power hungry. There's massive amounts of endorphins being released in their brain, and they love it. They love it. You know, look at I'll give you an example, right? And not that this has to do anything with Cesar Chavez, but you could take social media for example, right? And you got and I hate to bring this up because it's kind of dumb, but you take Santa Fe Spring Swap Meet. You got all these people that go there now, and they go dance on the dance floor. They're getting drunk on the dance floor. Everybody wants to be dancing behind the camera, and they want to be famous, you know, for what? What are they known for? They're at car shows taking pictures. People are treating these people like celebrities. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I don't see no substance in them. There's nothing of of anything that we can benefit from. You know, they're not bringing any real movement. They're self-indulged. They want to be idolized. And who's next? You know, who's gonna be the one next behind the camera? You know what I mean? And this is such a crucial time for our people now that we have this internet, right now that we have this YouTube and social media, that you could really teach somebody something. You could really educate people. You know, you could really learn something from somebody with substance. You know, somebody that has something to offer, and really join in this movement, because this movement hasn't stopped. It's just you stopped. You got lazy. You were too lazy to educate yourself. You were too lazy. You wanted to sit on the couch. You wanted to watch that show, that drama on Netflix. You wanted to go out to the club and drink. You wanted to go to the swap meet and dance. And you didn't know about your culture. You weren't searching up. There's so many things you can learn about yourself on where you come from. You could be interviewing your grandparents. There's little things you could use. Put that all in your basket. All in your basket. You see those old petroglyphs of the Anunnaki, you know, handing that bag of knowledge, you know, handing that corn, that seed. What seeds do you got? Well, how much stuff do you got in your bag besides makeup? For all you homies, you bought that Gucci bag that's worth more money, that man purse, whatever you're carrying, that's worth more money that you got in it. You spend all your money on the bag and you don't got no money to put in it. Imagine that. You know?
Yeah.
On this show, we give you definitions of words. We teach you etymology. You know? We try to teach you as much as we can. You know? These videos are going to hopefully stay on the air, you know, long after we're gone. Hopefully some person is going to watch it and a flame is going to spark, you know, and they're going to pass that flame and we're all going to enlighten each other. You know, don't waste your time on dumb things, you know. Don't get caught or jump on anybody's bandwagon. You know what I'm saying? Stay focused on your path. Learn as much as you can from anybody, and pass that knowledge on to the raza, you know?
Yep.
Know where you come from. There's no separation between Mexicanos and Chicanos. Okay? I appreciate you guys. Gracias.
All right, guys. We'll
I'll see you on the Oli Show.
Yep.